Good morning, class 12th. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, planning. It's a first function of management. Today in this lesson we are going to do meaning and features of planning. First of all, we will do meaning of planning. Dear students, planning is a thinking process. While planning, we decide in advance what to do, when to do, by whom to do, and how to do it. It is one of the basic managerial function. All other functions performed after planning, like organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. All other four functions of management, they are performed after planning. So planning is also known as primary function of management. Then before doing something, the manager must formulate an idea of how to work on a particular task. If a manager don't think in advance, the organization may fail. So we may have some objectives. To achieve that objective, the manager should think in advance. So thus planning is closely connected with creativity and innovation. When a manager thinks in advance, many new ideas come into his mind. So it is closely related with creativity and innovation also. Planning also seeks to bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to go. Whatever our objectives are, whether they are economic, social, or human objectives, wherever we want to go, planning helps us to achieve our objectives. So it is basically like a bridge which fills the gap where we are and where we want to go. Planning is what managers at all level do. Planning is not the function of top level management only. All the managers, whether they are middle level managers plan for their departments. Top level management, they plan for whole organization. Lower level or operational level, they plan for the this lower level workers, what tasks to be given to them. And even a lower level worker also manages his daily work. So it is not the job of top level management only, it is done by the all levels. No doubt main planning is done by the top level management. It requires taking decisions since it involves making a choice from alternative course of action. So when you are planning involves so many decisions, because from many alternative choices you have to choose one decision. So it requires decision making also. Planning has 7 basic features. Number 1 is planning focuses on achieving objectives. So why we plan? We plan to achieve specific goals which we have decided. So planning helps in achieving the objectives as well. Number 2, planning is a primary function of management. Management has 5 functions. So planning provides the base to other functions. Planning is performed first and then other functions are performed. So planning is also known as primary function of management. Number 3, planning is pervasive. It is not the job of only top level management as we have discussed earlier. It is performed at all levels. Everyone, for example, the top management undertakes planning for the organization as whole. Middle management does the departmental planning. At the lower level, day-to-day operational planning is done by the supervisors. Planning is continuous in nature. So planning is obviously for a specific period of time, but at the end of that period, then again we make the new plan. So it is a continuous in nature. So planning is continuity of planning is related with the planning cycle. So there is a cycle of planning. We plan on the regular basis. Next feature is planning is futuristic. We plan for the future. We never plan for the past. The purpose of planning is to meet future events effectively to the best advantage of an organization. So we always forecast. Forecast means we always plan for the future. So the forecasting future events and conditions are anticipated and plans are drawn accordingly. So for example, sales forecasting is the basis for what a business firm prepares its annual plan for production and sales. We know our sales. Forecasting means we are thinking beforehand what will be our sales. So sales, then afterwards we will plan our annual production. Whatever sale will be there, accordingly we will produce our goods. Then sixth is planning involves decision making. When you are planning, you have to choose one alternative from the various options available to you. So it involves so many decision making process also. So if there is only one possible goal or one possible action, you have to think and you have to choose that action. Next is planning is a mental exercise. It involves lot of intelligence, imagination and sound judgments. Planning is not everyone's cup of tea. You have to think a lot. So that's why many organizations, they have a separate department for planning, and they spend a lot of money on planning because we need really creative people to plan something. Thank you. Hope you have understood this topic, and I want you to revise just for 10-15 minutes this topic. Tomorrow we will do merits and demerits of planning. Thank you.